right here is going to decide who is the final team that heads into the playoffs of the LPL, and we already are into picks and bans for that final match. IG this time around on the blue side, Newbee will be on the red side of Summoner's Rift, as Siva, Nidalee, and Vladimir are going to be the three bans that come out from Invictus Gaming. They don't want Dada to get that Vladimir one more time here, as Gangplank and Talia will be in Newbee's bans, and the final ban will be a LeBlanc.
Yeah, let him have the Malzahar. We saw how that worked out in game 1. The Vladimir, on the other hand, get that out of my face. Get it out of there. I don't want to see it anymore. He did way too much damage. Carried the team on his back. If you don't have the Vladimir, what can he carry on?
Well, let's see what Invictus Gaming decided to first pick. So far, in both matches they played, it's been a Hecarim that gets picked up first, but they prioritize the support here as they lock in Braum.
I mean, I love Balan and Braum here, and at the same time, it does well to deny a lot of picks. Tahm Kench is still on the table, of course, but hasn't been having a fun time overall in this set.
Well, if you can't kill it, you might as well pick it for your team.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, instead they lock in the Hecarim and Shen, two key components of the first team comp they used to take down Newbee in game number 1.
Yeah, so they really, really love this idea, the composition as a whole. They have the Braum, they have the Shen, they have the Hecarim, great team fighting as a unit. And with the Hecarim, now you're going to have a lot more AD damage, so that's going to be a good change in pace. Question, of course, is what is Marge going to pick? He is an Ezreal player, so if this hover does go according to plan, he might even look to take it away.
So Happy does lock in Ezreal, champion he was known well for back when he played on Chao Gu, and has been playing it quite a bit. This split locks it in for his final game here in the group stages of the LPL, as Rek'Sai is going to be the jungler of choice for Swift.
So this is perfect. That Fizz hover is so nice because, as I said, they want to hold on, wait and see what they're going up against, because perfect. They have the counter pick on Victor on blue side, and that he went to that pick before in the last few sets, once before on the Fizz, just one time, and he was able to carry it out. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Well,
All right, Fish.
That game was against Saints. I don't know what's going on here, Raz, because this is the game that really matters. And again, Invictus Gaming are throwing the kitchen sink at Newbee. They did it in game 2. They're doing it in game 3 again as they lock in Fizz for the mid lane for Rookie. They do pick up Jhin for Marge.
So yeah, you're exactly right. That was against Saint, but Saint's a skirmishing team. Shane's doing all right. I'm just trying to convince it to you, but I like the idea. Hell, I thought you would like the pick. He's a fish. Fish, why wouldn't you like another fish? I'm just putting that out there, okay? The Fizz is going to
be one fish, Raz. And
yeah,
it's not Fizz.
So then now the real question is, there is a lot of pressure coming out of IG. They have the bottom lane matchup of Jhin and Braum up against Ezreal and Alistar. You'd have to think that Newbee would want to look to swap.
Well, once again, Newbee do lock in Poppy as their top lane pick of choice to go up against the Shen that Invictus Gaming are picking up here. Very pick-orientated team comp coming out from IG, especially focused around the mid lane. You know, Jin being that pseudo-Ash has 4 bullets that can slow down enemies for days, and Fizz also has the Chum the Waters ready to lock down anyone within his sights.
So yeah, you have to really watch out if you're Newbee, especially if you're an Ezreal or Victor here. You are just going to have to watch out in your side lanes, because once Fizz gets rolling, he has the backing of Shen, he has the backing of Braum, and of course, a lot of damage coming out of Hecarim and Marge. So it might work out. This is do or die.
Certainly will. Newbee, though, sticking to the guns. Very team fight-oriented team comp, and lots of comfort picks for their players.
Yeah, so as I said, Rookie might be able to threaten the sideways, but Poppy probably going to hit him.
Well, let's see if Poppy can hit the fish as we head into game number 3, the final game of the Summer Split group stages. We have loaded it on to Summoner's Rift for the final match of the group stages of the Summer Split of the LPL. It's all tied up here, Rads. It's 1-1 between Invictus Gaming and Newbee after Newbee were able to tie it up in game number 2. And this is do or die. The winner of this match will be the final team that heads into the playoffs of the LPL.
You know who you can't 4-man gank?
Fizz?
Yeah, this Trident. You can hop away. That's going to be the main point. Maybe he was so tilted. He's like, you know, get me out of here.
Yeah, we saw when Rookie picked up Orianna in the last game of All Champions, there was 4 dives into the mid lane before 5 minutes into the game. Not happy about that one. This time around, we'll have the playful Trickster to keep himself alive.
So yeah, going into these lane matchups, you'd really want to think that Newbee would look to lane swap here, because their top lane, Shen is going to be able to out-pressure Poppy early. Going into the bottom lane, of course, Marge and Balan on the Jhin and Braum matchup should be able to push out Ezreal Alistar. So while Ezreal is a great scaling champion, and same goes for Poppy, their laning phase, they should be able to get pushed in quite a bit, and Balan and Kid should be able to help out Rookie in terms of warding.
They certainly should. For now, though, it seems like we will be heading into standard lanes between the two teams. Newbee not opting to go for that swap, as Balan invades rather deep here to get a couple of wards down.
Wow.
More and Happy will not start on the camp because of this. And Marge and Balan just take a single Sentinel away from blue buff, actually 2.
This is really good for IG. At first, they were so certain that it was a lane swap. They walked so deep in to check out the camp to see if the dual lane, or at least the V and Swift, were doing it. In the meantime, Newbee were just waiting for perhaps the IG bottom lane to face check the bush. Didn't happen.
Well, for now, Marge will be able to hit level 2 a lot quicker than Happy here.
Yeah.
It'll be rather unexpected because they didn't take a camp at level 1. Let's see if they can utilize this here. It's a couple more minions is all it will take. I believe it's 2 more.
Yeah, not only is it a bad matchup, able to get the experience advantage. Newbee's bottom lane better watch out.
As here's that mid lane Rookie up against Dardade. Misses his playful Trickster, and now Swift's in the mid lane. Forced to flash early. Deja vu for Rookie.
Yeah.
As he's getting ganked again very early on.
He's putting himself in a position where he's trying to skirmish, where he's simply not giving his own team the ability or the chance to help him out. don't do it that early. Try and play back a bit.
However, it does allow Kid to move in towards Rek'Sai's jungle and takes down blue buff. So it gets 3 buffs over Swift, who is still waiting in the wings of this mid lane. Rookie can't be over aggressive because here comes Rek'Sai. Tries to use playful tricks to run away. Prey Seeker gives them vision. Dade has already used the ghost. We have Brom trying to jump up towards Rift. Kid's jumping forward. Rookie will get taken up for first blood after Flash comes out from Dade. Now disaster strikes for IG because Swift looking to try and lock down Baolan with the red buff. There's the deadly flourish to stop the advances coming out from Swift. The flash forward for both of these players means that Baolan's still getting chased down. Throws out the Winter's Spine. Teleport's being thrown in here as well.
Down to it.
They're going down for this fight. 4 members of Dade and 4 members of Newbee are here. Rookie's back into this. Gets a kill. Big knockup comes out from Maul. And it's just an absolute chaotic team fight between the two teams. Happy has to flash over. A double kill comes out for Rookie. But all in all, it's a 3-2 in favor of Newbee.
That's incredible. That was a TP coming out of Rookie. Where was Zatai's TP? He came out much later, but if you're going to commit to that fight, if you're going really hard for it, if Rookie's TPing, we need a double TP as soon as possible. That was really poor timing for IG. They still answer back. Fizz does get a double kill off the back of that, so he's back into it, but still sloppier than it should have been.
It certainly was. I mean, 2 kills on over to Swift. Dade gets 1 for himself, and everyone was drawn on towards that red buff there. Big chase coming out from Newbee.
Once again, a mid lane focus coming out of Newbee, trying to pin down Rookie on this new pick, obviously, not able to walk up and grab that CS melee matchup up against Dade. So he does die much later on, forces his teammates to start to come and converge. Jin has to take the longer way. He was zoned out by the Newbee dual lane.
Rookie did get 2 kills though, so he has double buff
Ooh.
and a Negatron cloak, so going to be able to negate a lot of the damage that comes out from the spells. Happy is also level 2 after moving down to the bottom lane for that fight. Here's Rookie going aggressive towards Dade. Gravity Field comes down, but the damage already dealt. Red buff ticking too. Could be a disaster for Dade if he takes a few more of these trades back and forth.
It has to be a disaster for him.
Here comes Swift. Kid is forced to smite away the Gromp camp. Wolf camp also spots out the enemy Rek'Sai.
The only saving grace for Dade is that Swift was able to shove Kid out of his jungle. So now he knows it's a 2v1 in this mid lane matchup. If Rookie ever walks towards Dade, as he is doing right now, he may not have the right to do so.
Takes a lot of damage though. Rookie getting a lot of damage on towards this Victor. Is even a level ahead of him at the moment. And he's going to be able to push this wave in towards the turret. Forces Dade out of this lane. Will catch up in CS. So suddenly, Invictus Gaming clawing their way back into this game. Bottom lane even has a CS advantage as well as a level advantage. So that chaotic team fight going in their favor.
Yeah, it's really funny. Really ironic. Newbee looking to just zone in and count. What are you doing, Rookie? All right, that was interesting. That was actually like, he was looking to dive in, but he knew he can get out. I was just like, but yeah, the adverse effect. Rookie is now massive. 2 kills for himself and a double buff. That just got off of him, so.
But still now, back to a quiet phase in the game where both teams are just farming back and forth. Nothing too much taking place between the two teams. That was a chaotic fight to start us off in game number 3 here. Newbee still targeting out the mid lane. It worked, but now Rookie has 2 kills after a chaotic teleport back into the fight. Kid hasn't done too much on Summoner's Rift just yet. Was a part of those initial kills. Was trying to save Rookie the first time round. And it's now moving on towards the mid lane. Dade going to have to be careful. Will be able to get the charge back away from the Gravity Field. Rookie is chasing, but does not have Chum the Waters to close the distance on towards the Victor.
Yeah, just getting chip damage down, which is really important to note because the wave is at Rookie's side of the map. And yeah, sure, it's going to be slowly pushing up. He's pushing it out, mostly because Victor is looking to back. So it's going to be questioning on when Rookie will look to shove in with his E. There we go. But yeah, so now this is a really, really awful situation for Dade. He's constantly having to be pushed back. Now in a CS disadvantage. Might even look to get dived.
Well, Swift is now looking to try and move into mid lane. There's Chum the Waters on top of Dade. Teleports coming into mid lane, but the Victor is dead to start things off. Rookie goes on a killing spree. Sandy Knight's going to go keep Kid alive for a while, but not for long. And suddenly everyone in Victor's game is taking so much damage. Moore is in here as well. Marge has to try and run away, but they've already cornered out the Braum. 2 kills coming out for Newbee to kick things off.
Great zoning, or just the slows coming out of Marge to get Baolan to safety. Did hurt IG quite a bit. 2 kills for 1. But it's been really, really tough for Dade now. He can't even walk up to lane. This matchup is only going to get worse.
Well, the Rek'Sai is huge at the moment. He's got 4 kills for himself. Going to be able to accelerate pretty well into this game. Has his Barmy Cinder as well as the Tiamat being picked up to start things off. Newbee, a 2,000 gold in the lead as well off the back of the dive that went south for Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, exactly. And there are going to be 2 champions that Fizz really will not be happy about if they do get to a good point in this game. One is already doing well for himself. That's Rek'Sai. It's going to be Rek'Sai and Poppy. If both champions do well, Fizz won't be able to split, and he won't be able to really dive into the backline. He's just going to be feeling the burn from Rek'Sai and Poppy.
Well, technically, Poppy's already doing well as well because she has 10 CS up over her counterpart Tsatai and even 2 assists to his name. Swift making a return visit towards the mid lane. Rookie going to have to be a little bit careful as he runs away from Dade as well as the Rek'Sai. Still very mid lane focused pressure coming out from Newbee.
Yeah, Rookie always has to be on his toes here. Going to be able to do it quite well for himself. The low cooldown on his Trickster is going to help him out quite a bit.
Certainly is. We'll come back into a part of the game where it's fairly quiet between the 2 teams. Marge still looking to farm on the bottom side of the map against Happy. He went back to base, picked up a tier for himself, so no combat stats on the Ezreal to start things off. Whereas Serrated Dirk from Marge means he can be a little bit more of a bully in this lane. Dade still playing very passively in this lane, knowing that at any point in the game, Rookie can just jump on him with Chum the Waters. Negatron Cloak has been built up by Victor as well, so going to reduce some of the magic damage that Fizz can dish out.
Yeah, so the question is now, what is Fizz going to be used for? Last we saw Rookie on this Fizz, he pretty much zoned out that mid laner and looked to get that 1v1 kill whenever possible. But if it's unable to happen, he could very easily just look to roam bot lane and create that situation.
Let's see if he does roam towards that bottom lane later on in the match. For now, though, both teams very comfortable farming this one out. Newbee, they're looking for this reverse sweep, Raz. They did it in game 2. They're ahead in game number 3. IG once again throwing a rather unorthodox pick into the mid lane to start this one out. Dade does get jumped on by the Fizz. Rookie will dash back away immediately and as he sees a Rek'Sai approach once again.
You just kind of have to expect that Rek'Sai is always going to be there.
As there's a Chaos Storm coming out from Dade just to try and shove out the mid lane.
Yeah, Victor right now is doing whatever he can to just nullify Rookie's pressure. They're just taking out his pink wards and at the same time just shoving him into towers so he's able to get that freely.
Rookie has been able to pick up a 20 CS lead for himself. It doesn't reflect in the overall gold lead for Invictus Gaming, who are still 1,000 gold behind Newbee.
Yeah, it really is off the back of Swift in a massive lead here. Trying to figure out what he can do with it, though.
Well, he's got a Cinderhawk already in comparison to Kid, who is yet to complete his first, or has finally completed his first component of the Trinity Force, not upgrading his jungle item anytime soon. Has his Sheen, looking for the Phage next, and will have his boots completed too. Tsatai up on the top side of the map has his Barmy Cinder going up against the same Barmy Cinder of V, both of them sitting on their refillable potions, corrupting potion in fact for V.
Yeah, I feel like both those laners are going to be panning more towards the rest of the map, more so to their lane. They're not really going to be dealing much damage to each other.
Swift's going to get tagged up by the Winter's Bite coming up from Baolan. He is still level 5, so the 2 supports in this game have not been getting too much experience. Happy, gone back to base, picked up a Sheen for himself, so a small power spike for the Ezreal in terms of the early game. We'll still be waiting for his first 2 items before he can commit to anything, really.
V's heading back too. He does not have any mana. He has TP on himself with Dragon up. If there is a situation, if they do look to set up for it, Newbee is in position. He would like to have some mana to his name.
Once again, Swift moving towards mid lane, but he's been found here by Rookie. Gets the Stand United. They're collapsing on towards the jungler. Looking to shut him down. Tsatai smacks him with his swords one more time. And they will get a pick on towards the over-aggressive Newbee jungler.
And it was their largest lead was on Swift. He was their carry at this point, able to just cut him down. Dade has to be worried. He could be next.
He certainly could, but he's playing as confident as we normally see him play. Still, great pick coming out from IG, understanding that Swift has been paying so much attention towards this mid lane. Rookie's been able to pick up an Abyssal Scepter for himself off the back of that, so a big power spike for the Fizz, picking up his first completed item, even has the Dark Seal stacking, so if he gets more kills, that will give him even more ability power as we head into the mid phases of this game. But across the map, still even. Top lane, just farming against one another. Tatai does have the extra kill after the pick in the mid lane. Bottom lane, fairly even, just farming back and forth. No real major discrepancy between the two. Ezreal still yet to come online as he's sitting on a tier and a Sheen, though.
It's going to take some time before Ezreal can really start to hit hard. So Marge right now does have control in this matchup. It's going to be a little harder for him to utilize that control because Alistar's always going to be a thorn in his side.
Certainly is. Swift being a little bit aggressive still as he moves on towards the blue buff of Invictus Gaming's jungle. Lots of missing pings coming out towards the bottom lane from Newbee. They seem to think that Kid will be down on the bottom side of this map. Rek'Sai successfully takes the blue buff away from Kid. Kid now working on his own red buff. As Happy has to back away from Marge and Baolan.
Yeah, it looks like IG will look to zero in on this blue buff on this Newbie side.
That'll be back up in just under a minute.
Don't think they will be able to get it, though. Without Shen ulti on Zatai, the combat power of this team is fairly low.
That Shen ultimate is 3/4 of the way done, so once that's back up, we could see Invictus Gaming try to create some pressure elsewhere. But his teleport is still up, and V's teleport is still down, so they still have that global map pressure advantage. As Rookie is still farming in the mid lane against Zatai, still 20 CS up ahead of this Victor. Swift is still waiting in the wings in case things go south for his mid laner.
There hasn't been much movement towards taking vision over this dragon and looking to force it. It is a cloud dragon. It's not something really either team wants to be the ending point of the game. Maybe once they can secure that lead 100% and look towards the next dragon, then they can get that pressure, go for it, and just take it off the map entirely.
For now, Moore's being caught up though, gets hit by the Winter's Bite as well as the concussive blows at half health, is forced to use his ultimate to try and run away as Kid going to be chasing him down, gets the stand. United has come back off cooldown. There's the taunt, lands on the Happy. He's going to go down first, tries to heal and run, but Tatai gets the kill. Baolan's the target for Newbee, but that's the only to support. A big knockout comes out from V, but Rookie's on top of 2 members, going to be looking for more kills. Marge flashes forward, gets the bouncing grenade. Moore is dead. Dade's out of mana. Rookie's still chasing him down. He gets locked down by the deadly flourish. That's already 4 kills for Invictus Gaming. And V, he's going to slam into the wall, keeps himself alive, but the horse is going to charge on forward. He's still running and still trying, but the ace will come out from Invictus Gaming.
And you better believe that's going to mean a bot tower for them. That was a really hectic fight, and it came off the back of Moore having to use ulti, getting caught out. Great replay here. So at this moment, now Happy was the primary focus. He had to back away. He was getting demolished by Kid and Zatai. In the meantime, Rookie was just coming back in to help out his brother Baolan. And Marge was just in a perfect position to, he healed up to help his team, but he was always behind the wall, never taking any damage.
Meanwhile, bottom side of your screen, you can actually see Swift is now the one that's in trouble. Going to go toe-to-toe. There's 2 teleports being burned on the bottom side of the map. Hopefully we can see that one bigger, but we won't. This is where Rookie just dies. He's dead. But just to keep you guys topped up, there was a gank onto the bottom lane. Rek'Sai tried to get something done down there. He got taken down in return. Marge kited back. Rookie and Tatai both used their teleport to save him. So another pick it goes in favor of Invictus Gaming during that fight. But you can see the damage dealt during that team fight there. Rookie on top. And you know what? That was with Marge way back away from the fight, only joining very late. Used his curtain call, only hit the first bullet. First bullet hits Happy at full health, does absolutely nothing. Misses 2, 3, and 4, with the 4th one being a crit that could have connected and killed more. So it could have been even more impactful in that fight.
Still, even if he misses his ulti, just the zoning potential of the team really getting split off. Like, Ezreal could not come towards his team. He had to back away, move away from the curtain call entirely. He zoned himself away from the rest of the team, made it an easy kill for IG. And on top of that, it just feels like the major strength of Newbee being Swift is just getting bullied around right now.
Dade, though, will pick up his blue buff. And it's still dead even in gold. Invictus Gaming slightly ahead, just under 1,000 ahead of Newbee, but that team fight really looked like it went in their favor. V was able to clean up a little bit on the back half of the fight. Newbee will look to try and take down the Cloud Dragon for themselves. No contest coming out from Invictus Gaming so far.
Yeah, a small win, but not even a win. They get a turret off of that. So if Newbee doesn't answer, doesn't respond with that bot tower of their own, which they simply can't because IG is still shoving out this top lane, then they would have just lost out completely in this trade.
Getting some good damage onto the top lane in a turret. V is going to have a word or two to say about that one. Will not get locked down by much. Bouncing Grenade does a bit of damage there. But still good pressure coming out from Invictus Gaming as they take away red buff from Newbee side of the map too. Yeah,
while they've been shoving that wave into that top lane tower, they did clean up that red buff. And so really right now IG is playing a perfect, really well, I can't say perfect because that's RNG's game, but they've been doing a really good job at just denying camps away from Newbee.
Well, big power spike coming up for Newbee shortly as Happy is looking for items. Meanwhile, Dade's being jumped on. Chum the Waters does a lot of damage. Swift is there to block the curtain call. The fourth shot not going to be used just yet. Dade was forced to use his flash and ghost, and no summon spells being burnt by Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, so that's going to be a real problem. Sure, Swift was able to come in and help Dade, but Dade, you do not have sums anymore. You got to believe that the next time they utilize that, Chum the Water is on a fairly low CD. Same goes for Marge's ulti on Curtain Call. So if they just rinse and repeat on that one, Dade will get completely shoved out. He will die if he doesn't have Swift on his side.
He certainly will. Invictus Gaming be able to grow their gold lead to about 2,000 gold up ahead of Newbee. This is kind of the position we saw them in game number 1. Had a small gold lead, able to work with that quite nicely. Same with what Newbee did in game 2. As Kid now collapsing with Standing United on top of Moore and Happy. Happy's in a bad spot here. He won't be too happy after this gank as he will get taken down by Kid. IG utilizing their team comp to get another big pick.
Yeah, pick after pick. They actually rotated the entire team for that if Newbee even looked to respond to it. So now they're looking to back and maybe even take this tower for it.
Let's see if they do. Rookie's moving back towards the mid lane. V is happily chipping away the bottom lane out of tower. Could potentially take it down too since he has a Sheen available for himself.
Yeah, while they know that he's doing it, they're looking just to take this tower.
They might be able to do just that because Waiting in the Wings is going to be more in Rex side. So lots of damage onto the tower. A stiff breeze is all it will take to take it down. But the threat of Newbee alone backs them away. Still a good trade for Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a small takeaway for Newbee. Right now, it's not really a happy trade that Poppy wants to be taking. V is doing quite well for himself, but now he needs to be able to translate that to his team's strength, which just doesn't exist at this point.
It certainly does not, but what certainly does exist is Newbee falling behind to Invictus Gaming in game number 3. This is do or die, Raz. This is the game that decides if you're going to have to fight for your life in promotion and relegation tournament. Newbee definitely don't want to do that, knowing that Newbee Young is coming out from the LPL and trying to fight for a spot in the LPL. Invictus Gaming, they fought so hard throughout the latter part of this split, and the odds were in their favor. The light shined in their direction. They were able to get this chance, and this is the game where they have what it takes, it seems, to try and close it out, trying to get that final spot in the LPL playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be kind of a sick joke to these players if, funny enough, because the LSPL playoffs are still going on. If Newbee Young get auto-promoted to the LPL, while Newbee have to struggle and have to fight in that promotion tournament, that would be a sick twist of fate. And you know who'd be laughing? Doinby. It'd be the one laughing.
We certainly get the last laugh if that is the scenario to take place, but we'll have to see what happens in this game first. Newbee still can fight back. We've seen them fight back from deficits that are much larger than this. And they're known for doing just that on certain occasions. And they're looking to try and siege up mid lane turret. They do have to tie for Invictus Gaming split pushing on the bottom side of the map. Kid grouping up around the Baron Pit here, clearing out wards and vision wherever he possibly can. Looking to take down Scuttle Camp as well. Scuttle Crab, I should say. That's going to call into the mid lane. Dade forced to use... Well, doesn't use his ghost, just gets the extra movement speed from Cloud Dragon to juke back and forth. So no pick coming out from Invictus Gaming, but now they're the ones using the siege.
Yeah, they just want to do whatever they can.
Chum the Water's not going to connect. Immediately, teleport being used there by V gets cancelled. So now it's a 4-on-5. Tatai's gone in. There goes Kitty's on top of Dade. Dade is dead. Moore is so low. Rookie will get standing line to stay alive. Happy has to flash over the fat part of the wall to get back to safety. Turret and 2 picks in favor of Invictus Gaming.
Thought they would just push them out to get that tower, but man, they wanted much more than that. They got the fight. They got the kill. Down goes Dade and Moore. And they back away with 2 kills and a tower to the name.
And it was a teleport that got cancelled by V as well. That turret was taken down so fast. Opted to get the cooldown back instead. Should have used it onto a minion to guarantee his presence in that team fight.
Yeah.
And a big decisive factor of how that one swung in IG's favor.
Yeah, V has been looking to challenge anyone that splits up against him because he is a force on this Poppy, but no one will look to split you. You need to be with the team during this fight. You need to be able to help him out, look for that counter engage, and it just hasn't happened.
Certainly has not, and that's the only global spell that Poppy brings to the table here, so he can't quite join the team anymore. Tatai, on the other hand, you stand united then. Pretty short cooldown, much shorter than a teleport, and will have his teleport. Still has his teleport available, can match the split push if they need him to. Yeah,
and Fizz in that fight was fairly low, got the initial engage, got the kill on Dade, but almost died. But then, of course, you saw the Stand United come down on him. Zatai's presence is always felt in these fights at all points. And Fizz, it doesn't even matter for him.
Fizz even missed the Chum the Waters in that fight, so it was a big chunk of damage that was missing from his kit, and he was still a monster. Now has his Lich Bane, which is going to make matters even worse for Newbee. On the flip side, Marge has picked up his Yoma's Ghostblade as well as Duskblade of Drakthar. But Muramana has been completed by Happy's Ezreal, so a big item power spike for him.
Thankfully for Newbee, fighting for the Dragon Vision that IG currently had. It is a Cloud Dragon. It's not a do or die situation. They can choose to shy away from it. His rookie's just looking to push out that bottom lane.
He's going to be able to do just that. Slowly pushes on towards the turret. Cloud Dragon's the next target here for Invictus Gaming. That will take that down and even out the Cloud advantage. Still almost comes out from Ezreal, but not quite. Next dragon to spawn is going to be that Mountain Dragon. But IG already have a 4,000 gold leader here against Newbee. Tatai and V just, butt heads on the top side of the map. Tatai will take the worst end of this trade, but there's no real chance for Poppy to take him down.
Yeah, just a buckler thrown at him as he walks away. All he really is going to do is just farm out as much as he can until he just walks back. But he's going to walk.
V's going to be a little bit careful. A taunt comes out. Rookie was threatening to rotate out towards that side of the map and immediately forces a flash out of the Poppy.
Yeah, Vision seems to be the hard point for Newbee to get down. They have a few wards. One of those wards did catch the rotation of IG walking to get the gank on V. He caught it out, and with IG recognizing that, they're looking to just clear out as much as they can here.
Essentially, are Newbee looking to try and group up and try and stop the bleeding, because they have to if they want to fight for their playoff dreams here. Invictus Gaming doing what they can to try and group up and utilize this power point, which is Rookie. 6, 3, and 5 on the Fizz, about 40 CS up ahead of Dade at the moment.
That I haven't even mentioned has been Ezreal, right? Ezreal is looking to scale up. He did actually get his Muramana. He has the Iceborne Gauntlet to boot. Maybe perhaps now going for the Blade of the Rune King. Once that goes well for him, then maybe he can be a lot more of a key factor to these team fights. But at the moment, he's just trying to farm up as much as possible.
He certainly is, and he has already picked that big 2 power spike, but Blade of the Rune King just makes things even better as Rookie threatens to jump on top of Happy. But all he does is threat. It's now Kid trying to get a wraparound on towards Dade on the top side of the map here. We'll spot out a few vision walls that were placed down previously. Moves pretty fast, going for the flank with the Stand United. The turret is actually already dead. A teleport's going to be coming out. Tatai's up here. They want to go for the fight here, Newbee. Tatai's going to be the first target. Baldan jumps on forward to help his team out. Chaos Storm dealing a good amount of damage towards the front line. Chum the Water's not going to connect, and it's going to be IG to try to run away. They do get the tower for their troubles.
Yeah, they use their Bullet Train and Shen with Hecarim to just get that tower because they saw the TP coming down. They wanted to shy away from it. They couldn't really get anything off of it other than that. But now, double TP advantage for IG. if they can come out of this scot-free, it'll be much better for them in the near future.
They've got a flank coming in, Raz, deep into the back lines to see if it's only Rookie, if it's just both Tatai and Rookie.
Oh,
they're going into the back lines, my friend. Gravity Field's pushed down. Tatai's gone in. Dade gets chunked out. He's going to die. The kid, he's on a killing spree. Happy's in no man's land. The next target to go down. Rookie's on top of more. They will be able to take down this support. V is trying to kind of do what he can, but he can't as a double kill comes out for the Hecarim. A big flank play comes out, means there's 4 kills already for Invictus Gaming. Swift tries to tunnel his way out of this one, but there's a playful Trickster as well as a dash forward. One more spell is all Rookie needs. He's waiting for it. Swift has to run, but it's an ace that comes out for Invictus Gaming.
Man, I mentioned that double TP advantage. I thought it was going to be coming for the next couple minutes. I thought they were going to wait on it, but they saw their opportunity. Double TP coming out of them, and now they're going to get the ace and the Baron to boot. Opens the game with 10 kill advantage on top of it, almost closing out to almost a 10k goal advantage. Look at this.
Take us through this one, right? Because it seems like there was nothing Newbee could do at this point.
Oh, they already expended so much of their abilities. Dade did not have ulti because of that prior team fight. They thought they had the fight. Newbee pressed forward, and then just look at it. It's a clean ace from there. They have nothing to really work on. Their main strength in Ezreal and Victor, their positioning was completely compromised, right? Fizz has autonomy in that entire fight, and going forward off that, they just clean
there's
him up.
a fight taking place on the blue buff. Standing United already used onto Tatai to keep him alive. Rookie actually chasing towards Happy there. Chum the Water's not going to connect. A good arcane shift gets him to safety. So still being very scrappy back and forth, these two teams. Fight after fight, not being relentless, or being relentless, I should say, and not giving up here. 8,000 gold advantage for Invictus Gaming, and they are well and truly trying to fight for that final playoff spot.
Yeah, but they still have to skirmish. They have to get these fights to continue to burn down the rest of the structures in this game. They don't have the siege comp working for them. So at any point, Newbee can come back in these team fights. They still have Ezreal, they still have Alistar, they still have Victor. A lot of threat, with the Poppy all the same. So any goal lead that IG has can be kicked away with the Swift Poppy ulti. So you really do have to watch out with the rest of this game now.
Still massive lead for Invictus Gaming. Rookie just waiting in the wings. That was cheeky coming out from Marge, just trying to bait something out there. Kind of like the Season 1 clairvoyance trick. Doesn't work for Invictus Gaming though. They still look to try and continue sieging this mid lane with the Baron buff they picked up after that fight. During the replay we showed you guys, Kurt's call to open things up. Swift
has to be it.
Gonna take a few shots to start things off. Rookie already used Playful Tricks, so doesn't get anything out of it, but it's just the turret that will fall to start things off for Invictus Gaming. Good Chum the Waters lands on towards V, chunks him out a little bit more with the dash forward. And every step of the way, every single siege, every single move, Invictus Gaming look to try and take advantage of Newbee at every single chance they get given.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just trying to shove him off, trying to get all these turrets, because otherwise they won't be able to get it in a normal siege. They need to use Baron as well as they possibly can, and they get this Mountain Dragon, which is going to mean a lot, because with Baron coming up fairly soon, they'll need some added leverage for it.
They certainly will, as Dragon does fall down for Invictus Gaming. A Mountain Dragon this time round to add to the cloud that they picked up previously. It's been a big gold swing. They're almost 10,000 gold up here. So they're going to be heading back to base, pick up a couple of items for themselves. We can check in with what those items are going to be. Trinity Force already been completed for the hacker in quite some time. Well, as a go, Kid has been able to pick up lots of tankiness. So has Tatai. You can even see the gold differences between the two teams. Mid lane, there's a 4,000 gold disparity between Dade and Rookie. Kid and Tatai 1,000 gold up. Bottom lane, it will be Marge just 2k up ahead of his opponents, and so will be Balan ahead of more here, but still 4,000 gold in Rookie's favor. That's a little bit absurd.
You still have to watch out for gold disparity and what it actually means, because Fizz is a champion that, sure, he has a lot of gold to his name. Maybe that means he can get the 100 to 0, but he can't go through a sustained team fight unless if he doesn't get focused down. So Victor, on the other hand, with his ulti, with his oh, I don't know about that one, buddy.
Yeah, Moore might be in a bit of trouble here. Does play the Draktar, doing a lot of damage. Here comes the curtain call. Swift has to tank up all 4 bullets for his friend. Just on the lonely duty of soaking up damage for his team. More just stepping out of position there.
Yeah, that was a bit too far out there. I'm not too sure what he was trying to do, but that cost him a turret. So as I was saying, sustained damage teamfights still work well for Newbee, but so IG, they need to be very clean in how they clean up the rest of this fight. They need to constantly go for team fights when the time comes. Right now, it just looks like they're trying to split against them.
I really want to see if that's next, Raz, because this is do or die for Newbee. They have to defend against Invictus Gaming. I just don't quite see how they're going to do it. 11,000 gold behind. It's a tough task for them, Raz.
It's a tough task, that's true, but it's still possible. And we're talking about Newbee here, so we'll have to see how this works out. Because right now with the composition coming out of IG, they want the skirmishes, they want the scraps. So really they have to know that Newbee's trying to turtle, and that they will be able to turtle with the Victor, with the Ezreal. They have the ability to turtle. You have to pull them out of their base, and 2 minutes left on coming towards Baron. That might be the key.
Well, let's see if they can turtle up and put their shields up here, because Newbee are on the last line of defense against Invictus Gaming. Yes, we have seen Newbee fight back from gold deficits this large before, but Invictus Gaming's team comp has just been tearing them apart piece by piece by piece, and every single piece they tear off of Newbee just puts them one step closer to the LPL playoffs.
Exactly, and it's honestly off the back of this Fizz doing really well from second time he picked it up, just making it work.
I was not a believer, Raz, but he's been playing it so well in this match as red buff even gets taken away for Marge by Invictus Gaming. Baron will be back up in 1 minute and 15 seconds. IG were already able to take down all of the outer turrets, or inner turrets I should say, with their last Baron push. If they get one more, that could be when they try to look towards the base of Newbee.
And they're just looking to shove out these waves constantly before they walk towards that Baron. And Newbee has to respect it. They have to walk up, especially since IG have that Mountain Dragon. They're going to burn it if they're given the chance. So right now, IG, they do want to look for a bait. They do want to get that fight whenever possible. They have a lot of wards leading up to this Baron. So with double TP, you got to believe that might be another possibility once again that they lead them into.
It certainly will be. So let's see what is going to happen next here, because it's down to the wire. It's down to these last few team fights, and IG already set their best foot forward leading up to these last few fights, leading up into the late game against Newbee. 35 minutes into this one. They are fighting at every single chance they get, trying to take every single small advantage they can find on Summoner's Rift. It's been working out and paying off so well for IG. They just have to keep this momentum going.
So a lot of key items coming out for teams right now. Ezreal able to get the Blade of the Rune King, working on his armor pen at the moment. Looks like IG already starts on this Baron though.
It's just going to be Kid and Marge to start this one off immediately. So let's see if they can take down the Baron before Newbee get a chance to react. Swift has to put on his best carry pants right now because he's looking to try and get the steal. Rookie already used Chum the Waters. That lands him towards more, but Swift taking damage. Gets locked down by Tatai. That's the smite that's dead. Invictus Gaming get Baron buff as well, and they got the pick on towards Newbee's jungler.
And that's a 47-second death timer. Any fights coming from that point forward, it's in IG's favor. This could be it.
And they've got teleports coming into the mid lane, Rats. That's a Rookie charging on towards the base. Invictus Gaming can taste their victory, and they're hunting down the remaining 4 members of Newbee. In fact, Newbee just back off. They know that this turret is dead. They can't quite stop this coming out from IG. The inhibitor will fall as well. They decide to wait, group up, live to fight another day. But the base is slowly being destroyed by Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, they have the Baron buff. They're going for this tower. This has to be it. Swift is coming up in 8 seconds. Maybe they can't defend the tower, but maybe this in him.
Well, there's the critical coming out from Marge. Lands a couple of shots on towards Moore and V, but the inhibitor turret will fall. So
Swift's
will
alive.
the second inhibitor coming out from Invictus Gaming. They do have a nice big wave pushing on the top side of the map, and that would be the final inhibitor. But Moore, he's been caught. He's been exhausted. He's taken down. Kid gets the first kill. Happy's trying to keep himself alive. V will only knock Baolan out of the fight. Rookie goes back in, and Playful tricksters his way out of there again. They lose one more member, and their base is just slowly being torn apart by Invictus Gaming.
Massive wave in the top lane. They're going for another inhib.
And it's going to be the third and final inhibitor to just try and shut out any chance of Newbee getting back into this game. There goes Kid trying to get a gank on towards Swift. Darde's been flashed on, has to use his ghost.
Doesn't have any
has to
mana.
come out big here, but he does have no mana for the fight. Inhibitor will fall. All three inhibitors are down, and super minions are just collapsing onto this base. IG even head back and reset for one more push.
I mean, safety comes first, ladies and gentlemen. They're heading right back. They have Baron. They already have 3 inhibs down. Newbee recognizes this well, so maybe they're like, hey, if EDG can do this, maybe we can. But that possibility feels very dim.
Much. He's going to be able to pick up his red buff. Got a BF sword after heading back to base as well to boot. The rest of IG work on the Elder Dragon. They already have a Cloud and a Mountain Dragon. This will give them a ton of burn damage for 1 minute and 30 seconds. On top of that, they've got double super minions crashing on every single lane to move in towards Newbee's base.
Here's the thing, too. They have such a massive tank line that they actually don't even have to back away from this. This is a really long Elder Dragon.
Well, here comes Newbee as they try to run away. Flash came out from V, escaped from Chum the Waters and Curtain Call. 2 big ultimates are down at the moment for Invictus Gaming, but they have that Elder Dragon. They still have a little bit of Baron remaining, but they've taken all the inhibitors down. They're pushing towards the Nexus, Raz.
Here comes all the waves except for that top lane, but they don't need it yet. They're going to start chipping on these Nexus towers.
They're working on it. Tatai goes in, has to taunt his way out, slowly chipping away. Rookie's gone in, evades the combo. One member's been knocked out of the team fight. That's going to be Kid, but only for a short amount of time. They're playing minion defense here as Marge gets hit by the Chaos Storm, has to heal to get back out. Balnard goes in. There's Rookie. He's on top of so many people. Uses Sonya's Hourglass to keep himself alive. He will go down, actually. They get a kill, but at what cost? The base is getting taken down. Invictus Gaming, they can taste it here, Raz. They know that with the Nexus falling, they can go into the playoffs, but they still got Newbee to go through. Dade's gone. Happy is trying to kite, but he's going to get taken down by Kid. The carries are gone, and Invictus Gaming work on taking down the Nexus, and they will be the 4th team from their group heading into the LPL playoffs.
The dream is alive for IG and IG fans. That is the game for them. That is the playoffs for them. And man, they should be happier.
It's all about believing, Raz. That's all I can say right now. It's a hard-fought match from Newbee. They tried their best. They gave it their all in game number 2 especially, and they picked up a 2-1 defeat here as Invictus Gaming. They are the victors in this match.
IG coming from behind. We thought they were a non-factor for a very long time. They change up rosters, and they find their last ticket into the playoffs.
Newbee definitely look crushed here. They face promotions and relegations now after this match against Invictus Gaming. And it was still a very clinical victory from IG after a very rough start again in game number 3. But they were able to pull it back. They were able to do well, especially throughout the mid-game towards the late game, beating Newbee where they used to be incredibly strong at.
Yeah, exactly. Able to take those late-game team fights. The Fizz was a risk, ended up working, and now one of the bigger pictures, too, is dreams dead for Newbee. Not only are they not in the playoffs, but now being in the promotion relegation matches mean you lose your points, you lose your circuit points.
Certainly is. So Newbee, unfortunately, not able to head into the LPL playoffs. They're tied up in points. IG and Newbee both have the same points in their group, have the same head-to-head, because I believe last time round it was Newbee that picked up a 2-1 victory when they played each other the first time round. But it is Newbee with a bit better map advantage, so they are the ones that head into the playoffs. And congratulations to them, but it's well-deserved because it was a hard-fought match here to Raz.
Exactly, and it really came down to that double TP advantage. Honestly, IG just... they're showing better and better play as a team. Even able to make these risks coming from Rookie in these picks. Sure, Oriana didn't work out right, but at the same time, they have a lot more trust in their bottom lane, it seems.
It certainly did. Marge and Balnard definitely had a great performance in all 3 of the games. I mean, a little bit iffy with the Ashe pick. Jhin was a big factor in a lot of the picks they got in that mid-game, but it still really feels like IG have a very strong top side of the map. Tatai, Kid, Rookie, really the big core members of IG that did really well throughout this series and have done really well for IG throughout this split.
Exactly, and that's a core thing coming into IG at this point, right? A lot of teams right now, you look towards the top side of the map, not that strong. they're a bot lane focused team, but not IG.
Well, let's check in with the results for tonight's matches. First up, it was Saint taking on Game Talents, surprising everyone with a Game 1 victory, but Game Talents, they were angry after Game 1, fought back and picked up a 2-1 victory.
Kind of like Hulk, they decided it's about time to smash, and they took down Saint in the remaining game.
And it was a smashing of game number 2 as EDG take down Snake Esports pretty clinically in both games.
And they finally get that perfect score for them on the regular season.
And finally, to round out the night, it was Invictus Gaming with a 2-1 victory over Newbee, the crucial game to put them into the LPL playoffs.
And yeah, that really came down to a final game. They got it.
And that leads us to the standings. Finally, at the end of group stages, EDG, they chased perfection and got it with a 16-0 performance in the LPL. Snakes locking in second, 10-6. Game Talent, 7-9, locking in third. IG with the map advantage are now 5-11 and heading into playoffs. Newbee, 5-11, unfortunately will not make it. Saints are now 1-11. And we get to take a look at the next matches here in the LPL. First up, it's going to be Vici up against Game Talents. Imei will be taking on Invictus Gaming, and that will be on Wednesday at 1 o'clock Shanghai time.
Exactly. So playoffs are coming up quickly, right? Once they're done, there's no time to rest. It's about time to head into gear, get to that title.
And then next up on Thursday, we will have Saint taking on OMG as well as Newbee taking on LGD in the LPL Summer Promotion match.
Ooh, that's gonna burn. You're going up against LGD. If it was already bad going up against IG, now you're going up against a surging team in the LPL Promotions.
And then on Friday, 12th of August, we have even more rounds of LPL action. This time round, it is going to be Snake taking on the winner of that first playoff match, as well as Team WE taking on the winner of the second playoff match, as they are the second seed teams heading into the playoff gauntlet.
And they're just sitting tight. They're just waiting up and watching the VODs of their competitors to come up and face them.
So there's going to be lots of LPL action coming up next week, and these will be the matches to decide who gets to stay in the LPL and who, last but not least, will be heading into the grand finals of the LPL. And there's a lot of action to come next week because those are really important games. And especially tonight, we had 2 very crucial matches as well for that. EDG, you know, flawless victory, and now Invictus Gaming, the late playoff run, their stars aligned, and they were able to make it clinch their spot in the playoffs.
Exactly, and EDG, onus is on them. They need to continue to win, right? Because now they got to go for that LPL championships, and they got to go and see if they can get that clinch seed into the world spot. Maybe even meet Ku there, who's already gotten that spot for it.
Well, let's see if they can do just that, because EDG as well as RG, they will be the first place team from their 2 groups, so they will be seeing play over the weekend as they're the first seeded team. Will not have to go through this playoff run, which is going to be very, very difficult for the teams that finish 4th and 3rd, because they've got a lot of matches to go through before they can even try and get towards the finals. Yeah,
the grind is going to be real. It will be interesting to see how they take it, right? How much practice you get through the LAN experience in playoffs versus the teams who, of course, they're sitting tight with their seed advantage like Imei. They have to actually go up against it.
It certainly will, so we'll have to check in with them later on in the match. But still, let's kind of break down that last game, Raz, because Invictus Gaming Newbee, this was going to be a bloodbath to say the least, because Newbee are hungry and Invictus Gaming have been hungry as well. And it's really been the story of these 2 teams. We can even check out who was the MVP for that match to kick things off for us. It's going to be Kid on his 9-3-9 performance on Heckroom in the jungle. A crucial factor for the victory for Invictus Gaming.
I've been a major critique of Kid as a whole. He's been a jungler who, quite honestly, is always going towards the front, but now he's been always in the play. Whew. And yeah, this was a very crucial fight. A double TP. They knew they had the sums advantage. They knew they had the ultis. Victor was A, out of position, and B, Victor just did not have ulti. He didn't have the combat power.
For me, though, personally, in that match, you take a look at the top side of Invictus Gaming, you take a look at Tatai, you take a look at Kid and Rookie. If you told me any one of these 3 players was going to get MVP for the 2 games that he won tonight, I would have given it to any one of them. Because even Tatai, unsung hero in that Shen, was crucial in providing Invictus Gaming's ways to start fights and pick off players from the opposite team.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's been a very surprising point towards IG, is that they're having a kind of like, I don't want to say EDG factor or WE factor, where they kind of just play as a team, so it's really difficult to discern who really deserves MVP. So that's been really, really fun to watch with IG, that they really are meshing well.
And we still got to see lots of their bottom lane shine here, Marge and Baolan. You know, they experimented their bottom lane throughout lots of the latter half of the LPL split, and they've really fallen into this facilitating bottom lane. Marge and Baolan, even when they played their Ashe game, they seemed like the support bottom lane was able to help the top lane side of the map deal the damage they needed to pick up wins in team fights.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they've identified what the unit of that team was, like what their identity is. It's going to be top side, while bot side just look to clean up.
Well, congratulations to Invictus Gaming for picking up the final spot in the LPL playoffs, and those will be played next week as well as the the summer promotion and relegation tournament. But that's the end of the group stages of the summer split of the LPL and end of tonight's show. On behalf of myself, Raz, Atlas, and Frostgren, and our entire production crew, as well as our entire shoutcasting team, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.